Number one, I was working solely with FTX US. That is not the company currently involved in liquidation proceedings. That's FTX.com. I have nothing to do with that company. I've never worked with them. I've never spoken to them. FTX US was the only company I work with, and they're 100% operational. You can buy, you can sell crypto, you can pull your money out, you can put your money in. Nothing is going on with FTX US. It's 100% absolutely fine.
So many scammers. So little time. So many scammers. Each of them has their own MO, folks. Don't be fooled. Do not be fooled. If they're on ScamTube, they are a scammer. If they are monetizing their content, they are on ScamTube as a business. They're willing to say and do anything they need to extract as much money as possible from you guys, the pigeons, the audience. They're willing to pitch anything. They're willing to endorse any horse shit. They're a business partner with ScamTube, YouTube. YouTube is running a criminal platform. That is a fact. Write that the fuck down. And I've been calling out YouTube for many years. Imagine I can name this video, YouTube is a scam company. Who else is going to do that on YouTube? Is there anyone else calling out YouTube on YouTube but me? Of course there's not. Why is that? Because they're all here to take advantage of you. They're here to get paid. They're here to be whores for the scammers who advertise on YouTube. 15 years ago, even 10 years ago, let's say, many of the advertisements on ScamTube were from large corporations. Now, who's running most of the ads on YouTube? Scam artists. Why? Because corporations fled. They ran off. Why? Because they don't want to be on a platform that's promoting scams, disinformation, and think about it. ScamTube has sterilized itself, right? They've made it completely politically correct, right? They're in jive because ScamTube is a corporation, Google, so they're in the same mindset, bash Whitey, right? Promote toxic things in the world, make them seem normal. You understand? Let's promote things like open borders and LGBT and, Yet, corporations left YouTube. Why is that? Think about it. Because YouTube is nothing but scams and disinformation. And YouTube also promotes illegal prostitution, promotes pedophilia, it promotes sexual gratification, it promotes pornography. That's right. And it even promotes human sex trafficking. And I've gone through and I've shown examples of that many times, all of these things many times. As a result of that, the vast majority of the advertisements on YouTube, and increasingly so, by the way, are by scammers, but increasingly so, more YouTube channel owners are also advertising on YouTube, right? Think about that. Now, I talked about this, or actually I didn't talk about it. I posted a video. Most people are fucking stupid. That's just the reality. I didn't think this way before the internet. I didn't realize how stupid people were, and they weren't as stupid before the internet. That's the reality. But, most people don't have the attention span to go through a detailed video presentation or anything else. They want especially the idiots on YouTube. They want a quick hit. And so anyway, I released a video on the Fake Investment Gurus Crypto Edition. And in that video, I had a pretty substantial piece dedicated to the Nigerians, where I showed these guys are complete fucking scam artists. And I've known they've been scam artists from day fucking one. It's just obvious. They're a perfect example of the media scam. The media scam goes as follows. Write this the fuck down if you don't know it, because it's boiler fucking plate. Okay, this is what the media does. Media wants content. They get some pigeons. Get some pigeons to produce that content. Introduce them as experts. And these pigeons that are positioned as experts will blabber on and give the media the content that they want. If it's the financial media, it'll be great because they'll create more dumb money, right? They really love that. And these pigeons, the so-called experts promoted by the media, they'll benefit from their media celebrity status, right? Or their celebrity media status, whereby you think that they're experts because they're on fucking TV. And so then you line up for their trading courses or their trading services or their books or all the bullshit. That's what every one of these motherfuckers does. If you don't realize that, then you're the fucking dumbass of the world. It's been going on for years. This happens in every single fucking genre of the media. Write it the fuck down. Every single so-called person in the media positioned as an expert ain't no expert. None of them are. Got it? That's why they're in the media. That's why they're wasting their fucking time in the media. If they were an expert, they'd be spending their time in their expertise. But they're there to create a Hollywood production. It's a tit-for-tat arrangement. Both sides of this criminal operation benefit, and the victim is the audience. Once again, folks, it's about ad-based content. It's there to fuck you. You can look at all these fake real estate shows. They're all fake, right? All these shows. Inevitably, these guys, once they have their celebrity media status, oh, you're the guy from the Wild Safari. Oh, you have a book on animals. Oh, you have a seminar. Oh, you've got a program. Okay, that's the ad-based content media scam. And it enriches. This is why these guys line up for this scam. They'll sell their soul to the devil to do it. Interestingly, from my research over the years, I've noticed that the vast majority of these parasites, these pigeons, these contrarian indicator, idiot, con artist frauds who are promoted by the media as experts happen to be from a particular bloodline. Got it? They like to stick together when they want to fuck you. Got it? Yeah. That's the way it works. Nobody in the world can refute that if I lay out the facts. Put your money where your mouth is. Let's fucking go. You want to wager some money? Let's go, motherfucker. I've got the facts. I've got the truth. Why do you think I was banned a long time ago? All these motherfuckers fear me. I'm the most feared man and the most censored man in the fucking world. That's right. Yeah. Oh my gosh, he was like, I don't know about you. Yeah, of course you don't. Because I'm the most censored man. That's the reality. I'm starting to realize how fucking powerful I am. How feared I am. These motherfuckers in the establishment have been so afraid of me. Right? Don't want to give me a single fucking sliver of any exposure at all. None. That's how much they fear me. You see? Folks, if you got exposure, it's either because you're a big fucking dummy, you're a useful idiot, or you're a fraud. That's the way it works. Because think about who controls all the exposure. Who controls the exposure? Got it? Got it? Every single one of these people out there, every single one. And I've been watching this shit full time as a professional analyst for many years. Every single person that you think is on your side out there, they're all frauds. And they fool so many people. Okay, you can't name to me a single person. They're all frauds. Most people don't realize it for a long time. Then they finally realize it. Some people never realize it. They keep thinking frauds, money worshiping, scam artists like Jordan Peterson are on their side, which is obvious from day one. I saw the guy's a fraud. Okay, folks, think about it. It's quite simple. You don't even have to be intelligent. You could be an idiot and remember these rules, right? The main rule is anybody with a lot of exposure ain't on your side. They're not who they say they are. They're there for a reason. Great example. And people are still fooled by the Julian Assange, this fucking scammer. Yeah, Julian Assange is, oh yeah, he's a patriot. Oh really? He's exposing the establishment. Is that why the mainstream media lines up to interview him from day fucking one? If he's going to expose all that shit, the mainstream media ain't going to line up to interview him. Okay? That's the reality. That's fact. If you don't think so, then you don't understand. And I shouldn't even say mainstream, but, because all the media, mainstream alternative, it's all bullshit. And it's all run by the same people, ultimately, by the way. That's why, for instance, Alex Jones, his network, his radio network was actually run ultimately through Time Warner this entire time, which most people, probably very few people even realized. Alex Jones was actually, he could consider himself an employee of Time Warner. That's right. That's how it works. So I did a little feature on the Nigerian knuckleheads, just kind of showing you their involvement in pumping cryptocurrency scams. Now, these guys have made a fortune peddling trading services for many years. They've had 2 or 3 companies, Options Monster and some other thing, and they had their Investitude, which they changed the name of that after they promoted John Caruso, the guy that engaged in a cryptocurrency Ponzi scheme, and they changed the name to Market Rebellion. That's why they changed the name, because they wanted to scrub everything that was written about Investitude and John Caruso. That's right. Write it down. Now, why isn't anybody exposing this stuff, by the way? These are guys on the mainstream media. They've been on the mainstream media for better part of 20 years, maybe close to 25 years, right? And of course, they were on CNBC. CNBC is a completely criminal organization, criminal platform. There's no doubt about it. That's fact. You can write it the fuck down. Complete scammers. But, CNBC is just one little lever of this mafia that defrauds investors. But anyway, so John Nigerian was on CNBC, I believe, 1 or 2 days before Voyager Digital was locked up, was seized, couldn't withdraw any money, and he was there, he's only promoting cryptocurrency trading and telling everyone that's one of the 2 he owns, and they had to get rid of him. But guess what? They didn't get rid of Mark Cuban, and I'm talking about CNBC, the criminal operation, the criminal network. And if you think that Fox Business or Bloomberg or any of this other bullshit's any better, you're wrong, folks. It's all the same. They're all buddies. It's a whole buddy system. Okay? And if you're not one of them, you're not invited to the party of fraud. You're not invited. Okay? But you see, Mark Cuban, and this guy, of course, for years I've noticed this guy, he always wants to position himself as an investment expert, right? Oh, Mark Cuban says this, or no, Mark Cuban says, and Mark Cuban, they have interview him on TV. as if he's some great investor. Mark Cuban's an investment fucking knucklehead. Okay? As well as a fucking drunk. You tell him I said so. Please fucking tell him. And he ain't no fucking Cuban. Okay? He sure as fuck ain't Cuban. He's one of those name changers. You know, one of those name changers. Wink fucking wink. Boom! Why are you changing the name? What are you running from? What are you hiding from? Mark Cuban is such a, you know, and I've caught this guy out. I've exposed this guy as an absolute liar. He's a fucking liar and a fraud. We can start off the times I encountered you drunk as a fucking skunk in nightclubs. Candle Room, S. Fuzzy. Remember that, Mark? All those times? Everybody saw you. Family man. Drunk as a skunk. He's got some issues. This is a guy, insecure loser, who lies about his investments, lies about things, flip-flops to make him look like... Mark Cuban is essentially defrauding people by creating this fictitious perception like he's a great investor and using the media to say it, just creating nonsense. And he does that, why? Because he gets endorsements from that. You understand. Say, well, gosh, why would he do that? He's a billionaire. He's a money worshiper. The same reason why he got paid off to do an interview with Ty Lopez several years ago. He doesn't care that people think, well, Ty Lopez must be credible because he's Mark Cuban's interviewing, or he's being interviewed by Mark Cuban and da-da-da-da-da, whatever. Mark Cuban's a scam, is a scumbag and a loser. He has no credibility, zero. And as a businessman, he's a failure. Think about it for a second. Here's a guy who's so greedy for money that he actually sold out his fans from the Dallas Mavericks. He jeopardized his business, that name, the Mavericks brand name, by trying to convince the Dallas Mavericks fans to buy into the Voyager Digital scam. He teamed up with Voyager Digital, right? And tried to get them, they partnered, Dallas Mavericks partnered with Voyager Digital, the cryptocurrency scam, and he tried to lure people, his fans, into that Voyager Digital scam. Many people lost money. Many of his fans lost money. That's why he's stepping down, by the way. That's what the media's not going to tell you. Think about that. This scammer, Mark Cuban, shameless bastard, he's still being allowed in the media. People are interviewing, oh, well, what do you think about this? Mark, shut your fucking mouth. Why isn't the media shutting him out? Now, I think he's since also left the Scam Tank, fake show, fraudulent show. Kevin O'Leary, another money-worshipping scumbag, scam artist. This guy would sell his mother for a fucking penny. When you look at the guy and you see a dirty, sleazy con man, if you can't look at Kevin O'Leary and listen to the way that he talks, listen to the way that he carries on, and tell that he's a dirty, sleazy, money-worshipping scumbag, then you got a lot to learn. Okay? Total used car salesman. O'Leary partnered with FTX. He partnered with FTX. He endorsed FTX. He was a spokesperson for FTX. Does he get shamed? No. He's still making the media rounds because he's still on Scam Tank. Kevin O'Leary is a perfect example of someone who played the media scam. He was a nobody, got into the media. They positioned him as some type of an expert. From that, he started all these companies to milk the stupid people, the stupid audience that thought that he was credible. He started a mutual fund company. It failed because he was too stupid. He was so clueless about investments, he was too stupid to realize that mutual funds were no longer in vogue. The bigger thing was ETFs. So that failed. Then he launched an ETF company. And I even did some videos on, I don't know if I've reposted them here, but his fees are incredibly high. And he even engages in what I believe to be his marketing fraud. I've showed that in the video. Okay.
terms of getting back as an investor, if it's coming down to here, almost irrespective of what's going on, I have to believe, if I have to make a call in advance, and of course I can change depending on what happens, but I have to believe this is where you want to start doing that 18, 17, around there. Their earnings report is a complete game changer, at least for quite a while. Bottom line, NVIDIA now is going to enter the realm of Tesla, Apple, and all these other big, I mean, listen, NVIDIA can come down to 150, come down to $100. If you don't think it's possible, then you don't understand how the market works. I mean, listen, NVIDIA can come down to 150, come down to $100. If you don't think it's possible, then you don't understand how the market works.